So here we go, day 5 of the Manchester test, and the two of us are back one final time from outside Old Trafford. You know what, tomorrow both of us will be on our way to London. In fact, she's actually staying on in Manchester to kind of soak in the city a little bit while I travel to London, and she will catch up with me day after.
You're leaving tomorrow?
No, on the 28th morning.
Yes.
On the 28th morning. So you are leaving on 28th night. I'm leaving on 28th morning. So we will catch up with each other again on the 29th at the Oval. Again, a stadium that I need to show her, because Alex Stewart Gate, that's where, I mean, the Ashes, that plaque and all of that. This has been a historic tour as a team for Rev Sports. But coming to the subject, we will divide the show into 2 parts. The first part, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people have questioned us or sent questions as to why India is playing the Asia Cup. Why should BCCI play? Why cricket over country, etc., etc. It is complete nonsense. That is not the case. And we will put in perspective and explain to you what the story is as far as the Asia Cup is concerned. The BCCI has no business. It is not even the BCCI's call. So if anybody thinks that the BCCI wants to go and embrace Pakistan and play cricket, it's not the case. We'll put that in context, but we'll start with Manchester. Gargi, hand on heart. Let me put you in the spot. Do you, when we are talking about Manchester, and that's the first point, as I said, we'll do it in 2 parts. Yeah. Do you expect a miracle at Manchester?
I want to see a miracle in Manchester. I remember when we went out for that lunch live yesterday. Was it lunch? Yes, it was lunch. We were furious. We had no hopes from the Indian team. We said that by the end of the day, maybe, you know what, this entire batting lineup will crumble. But KL Rahul, Shubman Gill, proving us wrong over there. Fight, grit, resilience, whatever you want to call it, you have seen all of that. Now it's all about sustenance. Can you take it forward? You have a Rishabh Pant waiting in line. He's refusing to wear a moon boot. He's refusing to wear a cast. He's back in his hotel, icing his fracture every 30 minutes. He's determined to take this to a draw. Can India do it? I think, I again say this, I refuse to believe that this Indian team does not have the ability to do that. But, and I want to see a miracle happen in Manchester.
Absolutely spot on. And she gave some of the reasons that, why that miracle is actually a logical possibility. When we say the word miracle, the understanding of miracle doesn't happen. Miracles rarely happen. But in this case, there is reason to believe that it can actually happen. Why? 1, rain. There is a possibility that there will be some rain and some interruption, at least in the morning session. So even if it's 1.5 hours, 2 hours of play that gets spoiled, because that's enough and more, opportunity for India. If even 1 hour, 1.5 hours of play doesn't happen. Number 2, you still have 17 overs of this old ball, which means the Indians will be in again. Had they started against the new ball at the very start of the day, different matter. You are not going to start with the new ball. By the time you play 17 overs of this soft ball, England will try spin, because they will want to rush through the overs and get their new ball bowlers. That means 17 overs means 100 balls. 100 balls, once again, the Indians will be in. And
again, with that spin as well, they'll try to tempt you to play that sweep shot. They'll try to tempt you to play the reverse and all of that, but they have been very resilient.
And again, the point that I was trying to make, that with spin you will have 100 balls. It's not as if that spinners can't pick wickets, but against the new ball is the challenge. So India will have the chance to get in. Number 3, the fact that Rishabh Pant is agreeable to bat is massive. I think, this is my assumption, if you see 1 wicket down, it's Jadeja, and then it will be Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
Because Jadeja again can play that new ball. If Jadeja is somehow able to play that new ball off, and then Rishabh Pant comes in, Rishabh Pant against anyone with his technique, even if he's not able to move his feet too much, is good enough to stand there for 1 hour. So Jadeja for a start, block it, and then get Rishabh Pant in. Rishabh Pant, Jadeja, Washington Sundar, all of these chaps can actually stand there and bat time. Number 4, and then Gargi can take over again. You need 130 runs. The moment you bat those 17 overs, I am counting 60-65 runs in the 17 overs with the older ball. And the moment I think that 60-65 runs get done with the older ball, means you are just about 60-65 runs adrift. If that is the case, and somehow you make England bat again, every run will put pressure on England.
Oh, absolutely. I think the only concern here is obviously the new ball. I think the second new ball is the concern here. Jofra Archer will come hard. Ben Stokes there. I think this is a point that you need to be very wary of. Is the fact that it's Ben Stokes saving himself. He did not bowl any overs yesterday. It was Bryden Cast, Chris Wokes, Joe Root had a chance there. Liam Dawson obviously bowling. But Ben Stokes did not bowl even a little bit, and that's when you saw those 2 sessions without any wickets. Because look at the past 3, sorry, not 3, but the past few sessions that you've seen. Whenever India has tried to take it away, whenever there's been a partnership, it was Ben Stokes that broke it. Be it with Shardul Thakur, be it with Washington Sundar. Even at the top of the order as well, there was one partnership. I think
even Shubman Gill.
Even Shubman Gill. So when you really look at it, it's Ben Stokes who is the biggest concern here, and he will come hard at you with the new ball.
Think, Lords. Multiple times it was Ben Stokes with the ball who comes and does the job for England, and that has been the story right through this series. Do you actually say? I mean, I think without Ben Stokes, this attack looked flat to me.
Yeah.
This attack looked flat to me
After
the first star.
It did.
After the first star, I'll give them the first star. But post the first star, that inspiration, that magic that Ben Stokes all of a sudden generates, you know, that he makes that whole stadium his amphitheater. He's the gladiator out there. Unbelievable.
Did you see how he carries the team with him? There was a moment of time. This was late into the first session. Closer to tea. Which is where, you know, things started to get a bit boring is not the word I want to use, but slow for England. Obviously, nothing was happening with the ball. The ball had gotten old. KL Rahul and Shubman Gill both had gotten set. Absolutely nothing was happening. What was Ben Stokes doing? He asked the keeper to pass the ball to every single fielder over there. Did you notice that?
And they were throwing it to the boundary fielder and getting it back.
They were waking up everyone. They were getting everyone involved. So these little things that make a huge difference.
Zach Crawley was at the boundary.
And he got
threw it back to Ben Duckett, and then he threw it to the bowler.
So these little things, when you realize how much effort and how much thought and intention is going into Ben Stokes' leadership and how he carries the team and makes sure that everyone feels involved and protected and supported, it is a huge difference. It is a huge difference between what we see when India is on the field versus what England is on the field. Now, if you look at the 55th or the 54th over when Joe Root and Liam Dawson were bowling from both ends, again, nothing was happening. Liam Dawson was getting drift at best and was getting a little bit of turn, but obviously Shubman Gill and KL Rahul at that point were so settled you couldn't get them out, and they were negating it very, very well. Shubman Gill with his solid defence. And did you see the field? 3 catchers on the offside. You've got a Ollie Pope on his hands and knees waiting for a catch. You've got a slip. So when you think of these intentional field sets, it is something we missed when India is on the field.
And the point that both of us are trying to make is he will do it again. I mean, he will come hard himself. Yeah. When he sees that this bowling attack, unfortunately, is not being able to do the job for his team, he will try to do it himself once again. And that's the thing India will have to keep in mind, because the captain of England is a miraculous cricketer. And my man of the series, a player of the series, is already Ben Stokes. Yeah. He's already Ben Stokes. The guy gets 100, he gets a fifer, he wins Lords by his own. He's the player of the match at Lords. He bowls 2 9-over spells. He comes and bowls 24 overs. That man has been an absolute genius right through this series. England looked flat because Ben Stokes did not bowl. Will Ben Stokes bowl on day 5? 100% Ben Stokes will. He will push his body. He will say, whatever happens on the oval can be seen there. I will push my body because the series is on the line.
It's open. It's still open.
Absolutely. If somehow India goes unscathed from Manchester, they will start to believe that, oh, you know what, we can do something at the oval. Dryish wicket, oval. India has had a good record. We won at the oval even in 1971. Multiple times we've done well at the oval. Manchester, you've never won. Manchester, you hardly draw. Manchester is another English fortress. All of a sudden, if we see that happening, who knows? Who knows
what could happen?
Massive
but we'll have to wait and watch. It's quite
your take on Rishabh Pant, the batter?
Bad.
But
Mad.
can he actually, the question I wanted to ask is,
No,
yes,
I
the
understand
intent
where you're
is good
going.
and the intention
Of
is
course,
fabulous,
of
but
course.
can he have impact?
If he negates the new ball, yes. If but that would also mean, look, if he's negating the new ball, how many overs has England bowled since?
17 overs still to get the new ball.
17 overs still to get the new ball. It means that uh, how many total overs?
63.
63. 63 के बाद आप 10 ओवर पकड़ लो आगे के कि they tried to negate it and then got out. Then Rishabh Pant comes in again, negates the ball. I think
देखिए, मुझे
I'm
ये लगता
trying
है,
to calculate how many overs you're in and what session you're in.
I think it will be the first session. It will be the first session.
Rain?
That's what I'm saying. If there is rain, then it's a different matter.
Yes.
But if there is no rain, or if there is rain, then it will be early into the second session after 17 overs. The way I want to see Rishabh is I will send Jadeja first.
Okay.
Because Rishabh will also be hampered
Yeah.
with the running.
Yes.
So you can put close in fields because you know he can't run. So I will send Jaddu first. Jaddu is as good with his dower technique. Then I will send Rishabh in. I will send Rishabh in with a 1 hour motto. Go and block 1 hour. Go and just don't get out. Play a miraculous 1 hour. Come back by not getting out. Rishabh Pant does that. That is the second miracle at Manchester. That a person hobbling has come and saved the game alongside obviously
So
a
what are you
Rahul and a Gill.
expecting out of a Rishabh Pant? Are you expecting him if you're
60 to 70 balls. That's what I'm
if
expecting.
you're sending Ravindra Jadeja ahead of
Pant.
Rishabh Pant, you're expecting KL Rahul and Shubman Gill to score a few more runs.
Of course.
A lot more runs
Of
actually,
course.
because they're now settled in. Whatever. But would you not want Rishabh Pant to come in and
Nah.
block?
Because I want Rishabh Pant to bat for about 60, 70 balls.
Just block.
60,
just play it
70
out.
balls means 12 overs, which means 12 overs from the other end also. So here's my plan. 17 overs of the old ball I'm not concerned with. I am saying 17 overs of the old ball and the rest of the session with rain. That's session 1 for me.
Okay.
That's session 1. That some rain and 17 overs of the old ball, we are up to lunch. Next session, new ball. I am saying that's where, with the new ball, KL and this guy, Shubman Gill, even if we are 1 down, then Jadeja. Rishabh Pant batting out 60 to 70 means 12 overs at the other end, we are into tea. So, and the moment we are into tea, England is under pressure. Where is this match headed? Because you still have a Washington Sundar, you still have a Shardul Thakur, you still have these guys lower down the order, you're playing 8 batters, come and do that job. So I would want Rishabh Pant to come in at a time when he knows that, look, I can't do this all alone anymore. But if it's a time frame, 1 hour, can I bat out 1 hour? 1.5 hours, can I just stand there with all the grit that I have, bat out that 1.5 hours and pull off a miracle for my team? Can you imagine what it will mean for India if Rishabh Pant pulls off that miracle? Oh, damn.
I think all of our viewers, all the Indian fans back home will go absolute berserk if that happens.
It's
They will go.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Coming to our second part of the show, because we got a lot of questions, you want to take a first burst as to why this whole Asia Cup? Because we got a lot of questions, cricket over country
you
and
start.
all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, anyone who says that the BCCI wants to play cricket with Pakistan, no. Anyone who says cricket over country, no. This is actually country. This is India's geopolitical ambition that is taking center stage. Pakistan is not a country that one needs to play sport with, and we don't want to. Will there be a bilateral? No. Will there be any other thing? No. Will we travel to Pakistan? No. But when it comes to giving Pakistan hockey players visas to come to India for a World Cup, when it comes to the Asia Cup, when it comes to international tournaments, this is about India's geopolitical play. Let me explain. India is bidding for the Commonwealth Games. Will Pakistan ever host one? No. India is bidding for the Olympic Games because India wants to be a global superpower. Now, you don't play the Asia Cup. You don't give Pakistan hockey players visas. Pakistan will go to the international forum and say, oh, you know what? India doesn't give us visas. How do we travel? How can this country host the Olympic Games? How can this country host the Commonwealth Games? If they don't play with us, how can this country be given the right to host international sporting tournaments? all of a sudden, and you will see the geopolitical play with China coming to back Pakistan, because that's how the international alignment in the world is all about. So India, because of its under Prime Minister Modi, India is not content with being the superpower in Asia, not content with South Asia.
Global sporting power.
India wants to be a global power, not sporting power, a global power. Prime Minister Modi comes to the UK, signs these trade deals. Prime Minister Modi and the Indian projection of being a superpower hinges on the fact that you have a global play. And that is what is clearly behind the government of India's decision to allow the Asia Cup. Anyone says BCCI, the BCCI has got right also.
It's the government.
Absolutely.
It's the government. The BCCI functions not always, but when it comes to this matter, the BCCI will function at the orders, or let's say at the advice of the government
Completely.
of India and the Ministry of External Affairs. It's not BCCI who's making these decisions alone. So if you're under that impression that BCCI wants to go out there and play with the Pakistan, that has never been the case. They've not played bilateral series in 10 years. So, and
No,
we'll
forget bilateral.
never travel to Pakistan. Every single time there's a talk of an Asia Cup, or even Pakistan being involved as the host country, you will never go there.
Jai Shah's father is the Home Minister. Yes, Jai is not directly related to the BCCI anymore, but all of us know, right? Rajiv Shukla is a politician. You mean to say that the BCCI has taken this call unilaterally without consulting the government? You think
No,
the
it can't
BCCI
happen.
has the right to do that? You think the BCCI is taking this call? No. It is the government of India that has sanctioned this tournament and allowed the BCCI to go and attend the meeting, and has given the green signal that this is part of India's global play. This is part of India's global ambition of being a major superpower. That is what explains this. So it is not about a celebration of cricket. When India travels to Dubai to play Pakistan, and Rev Sports will be there, we are not going to celebrate cricket. We know that the backdrop is Operation Sindoor. We know that this is a
Lives have
rogue
been
nation.
lost.
We know all of this. But please don't misunderstand that cricket over country. This is country. This is country at play and India's global ambitions. So I hope I have been able to explain this. Back to Manchester, back to Gargi. Great day in prospect.
In prospect, yes, if everything goes to plan, this is going to be one of the most incredible test matches that we've ever seen. And we will all stand there and say, I was there. Let this be an I was there moment. Let this be.
This has been one heck of a series. Goes
It has
down to the
been.
wire again, and we will celebrate. We will celebrate the sport. We'll celebrate with you. Thank you.